October 31st, and here's a stack of money. You know how much this is? These ain't no ones. They're all hundreds. Hard work, man, paid off. All this hard work paid off. $10,000 right here.
That's right. I was able to save $10,000 in 6 months. And the reason I'm making this video is to teach you what I've learned to hopefully help you save some money so you can make that child support payment. I got you, bro. I got you. I would say I'm pretty good at saving money. For example, right now I have a little over $40,000 saved on my road to having $100,000. So this is my business account, $40,000, and my PayPal, boom, $4,000. So about $45,000 saved so far. But I'll talk about my plan at the end of this video with the 100 grand. But first, let me tell you the first thing you have to do. The very first thing you have to do is you need to have a goal and a deadline. Don't say you want to save $50,000 in 2 months if you're working minimum wage. It's like me wanting to get abs in 2 weeks after I joined the gym. Not realistic. First, figure out how much are you making. Are you making $200 a week or $2,000 a month? Look, I'll use me as an example during that time. I was working at Taco Bell as top flight shift manager, making that money. I believe I was making $9.50 an hour. Now do the math, multiply that by 40 hours a week minus taxes. I'll do it for you. I was taking home about $1,400 a month. It was my first job, and making $700 every 2 weeks was the most I've ever made. I felt rich. You know when you look at that paycheck, the first paycheck, and you're like, wow, I could buy a real fork. I remember I would go to Chipotle and get the wok because I finally had money. Hey, the struggle was real, man. I remember when I used to take my own avocados. I'd be like, under the table, you know? But not anymore. Not anymore. I ain't gotta do that no more. I went in there like a boss and told them, wok, please. I don't even know how much they were gonna charge. And she goes, wok is extra. Is that okay? And I replied, do I look worried? Huh? I work at Taco Bell. But how much is it? And she said, $250. And I go, never mind. And as a 21-year-old, I didn't have much expenses. I was renting a room with my brother. No car payment, no mortgage, no debt, no responsibilities. Because, you know, back then, my pull-out game was strong, man. And you already know, I was going out and living the good life. Well, fast forward to the end of the year, you know, we gotta do our income tax. And you know how much I made that year? My first year having a real job? $11,000. $11,000 looked like $1 million to me back then. But guess how much I had in the bank? Zero. And I had nothing to show for it. My money went to bills and having fun. But right there and then, as I saw my W-2, I felt I sold a year of my life for nothing. That's when I decided things had to change. I wanted to achieve something I felt was impossible. Something that at that moment felt so out of range. But I knew if I achieved that goal, then I could achieve anything. So I set my goal, $10,000 in the bank by October. The second thing you have to do once you have a goal and a deadline, it's know your expenses. I was renting a room for a few $100s. I tried to eat very cheaply, you know, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So let's say I could save about $1,000 a month. It would take me about 10 months to achieve my goal. Not bad, right? But here's the thing about trying to achieve a goal, any goal. It's not a perfect road. What I mean by that is that things are gonna come up, unexpected things. That's gonna take away your money. So I'm trying to save money, and then car trouble. Boom. Let's go a couple $100s. My homies asked me to go out. Boom. there's $50 to $100 I could have saved. My girlfriend at that time wanted to Netflix and chill. Boom. I told her, hey, we can only chill. I'm on a budget. To be honest, I wasn't saving as much as I wanted. So there's two things you could do to save more money. Number one, cut your expenses. I started giving myself a strict budget of how much money I could spend in a day. Also, I stopped hanging out with a lot of my friends, so I wasn't tempted to go out. And pretty much all I did was went to work and home. That was it. Unexpected things still came up, but I just paid them and kept moving forward. Now the second thing you could do to save more money is make more money. I know it sounds easier said than done, but I need to make more money to achieve my goal quicker. I brainstormed to see what I could do. At first, I thought, what if I sell decals on eBay? So I did that. But when you first start a business, it's a slow grind. So I had to think of something better. And the only thing I could do was get a better job. But what job is gonna help me make money quicker? Being a stripper was out of the question because of my morals. So I went to the second best thing, being a server. Servers not only get paid minimum wage here in California, but you come home with cash tips every day. So as I was working at Taco Bell, I started applying to different places that offer serving, and I got one. The restaurant was called Harris Ranch, and they hired me as a busser. Pretty much someone who cleans tables after the server. But I could work my way up to become a server. So I quit Taco Smell and went hard on being a server. But after a couple weeks of doing it, I only got tipped about $15 to $20 a day. And that wasn't enough. Then I heard a new Denny's was hiring, and I decided to apply. I wore my best suit. That was when I used to dress to impress. I applied, I practiced the menu, and I was ready to get the server job. And guess what? I got it. I quit Harris Ranch so I could focus on being a server, and now I'm coming home with $50 to $100 on a regular day. But I needed more. And this is when I pushed myself to my limits. I decided to go to another Denny's to see if they were hiring. And they were, but for graveyard. I don't know if you ever worked graveyard, but it's a beast. But I just looked at them and said, when can I start? So I was working as a server at night. Then I would drive 30 minutes to be a server at another Denny's in the morning. And I was doing my eBay orders in between. And I know what you're thinking, but Reyes, don't you feel bad you're doing jobs dirty when you quit? Man, let me tell you something. The day I quit, the next day, they already had my replacement. To a job, I'm only a number. If I get sick, are they gonna take care of me? No. I could be driving to work, getting in an accident, be inside an ambulance, going to the hospital, and they're still gonna ask me, so, can you make it in today? Or my favorite one, if you can't make it, you need to find your own replacement. You believe that? So, I only see a job to pay my bills, no strings attached. Now comes the hardest part, and that is doing the exact same thing every day. I had to do that for about 4 months. And let me tell you how hard I was going. I remember a few times I'm driving after working graveyard in the morning shift. I'm going home super tired. And the next thing I know, I hear a little do 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 when you cross the double lines on the road. And I realized I fell asleep for a couple seconds. I know how stupid that sounds, and it truly was. But that's how hungry I was to achieve this goal. Now, I will never overwork myself like that ever again. But because I was busting my butt, now I'm coming home with $100 to $200 a day, plus my paycheck and doing eBay orders. To keep me motivated, I would write down how much I made every day, how much tips I made, how many hours, how many eBay orders I did, and I just kept doing that every day. The last few weeks were torture. I was exhausted, frustrated, and I was this close to telling myself, Man, $8,000 isn't so bad. But no, I said $10,000 and I have to hit $10,000. That's how stubborn you have to be to achieve your goals. You just have to go for it. And finally, on October 31st, 2012, I had $10,000 in my hand. It felt like $1 million. The same day I hit 10,000, I quit both my Denny's jobs, and of course, they were pissed. Finding someone for graveyard isn't that easy, but I'm good at breaking hearts. And at the end of the day, I had to put me first. It's just that simple for me. But here's something I learned. Saving $10,000 is great, but if you ever stop working, you start digging into your savings. So my next goal wasn't to save another $10,000. My next goal was to make $10,000 a month. And for the next 5 years, I tried so many different things to achieve this goal. 5 years. I continued eBay and did it full time for about 1.5 years until I got taken down. Then I went into making custom t-shirts, which I was making about $3,000 profit a month, but that was working 6 days a week, 12 to 14 hours a day. I needed something else because pulling that squeegee all day, ooh, it was hurting my strong hand. So that's when I decided to focus on YouTube. And it took me about 2.5 years of just making videos for free until my channel started picking up. And this whole year, 2020, I'm very grateful to say I've been hitting between $15,000 to $20,000 a month. Right now, I'm trying to save $100,000 from YouTube, and I'm about halfway there. Then I plan to invest those $100,000 into a brand new business. I'm still going to do YouTube, but not as many videos, so I could focus and grow my new business, so I could hit my goal after that, which is $1 million. I feel like making $1 million off YouTube is gonna take way too long for me. I feel creating a business is gonna help me hit $1 million way quicker than YouTube, to be honest. But let me be honest, it might take years. It might take more work than I'm anticipating. But one thing is for sure, I'm not going to give up on my next goals until I achieve them. I've learned being laser focused on one goal and not doing anything else until you achieve that goal. That's how you achieve goals. Hopefully, these tips will help you achieve your financial goal. And if you like this video, press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video.